First order of business is board reorganization. So with Barry's resignation after the last meeting, we need to elect a new chair. Are there any discussions or nominations?
I nominate Jason Malinowski for chair.
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded. Is there discussion? Is anyone else interested in the position? Okay. We'll do a roll
Zoom
call
crashed
vote.
there for a minute.
Dorian,
Aye.
Michelle? You're on
Michelle,
mute,
we
Michelle.
can hear you.
Aye.
John?
Aye.
And I will abstain. So that's a 3-0-1 vote. Next is under 3A, administrative business approval of the June 10th, 2024 meeting minutes. Were there questions or comments on those?
No, but you have to elect a vice chair, don't you?
That is very true. Now that role is vacant. So let's go back to that.
Sorry.
Are there any nominations for vice chair?
I nominate Michelle.
I second.
Michelle, do you want to do that?
Yeah, okay, sure.
Okay.
I feel like I need to have a conversation about something, but okay.
We can have a conversation
Is
about
this,
it.
is this
You do a
because
great
I missed
job.
the last meeting?
No, I just think you do a great job.
Alrighty, yes.
All right. So there's a motion on the floor. It's been seconded. Is there any further discussion?
No.
All right. Roll call vote. Dorian?
Aye.
Michelle?
Abstain.
John?
Aye.
And I am I as well. Thank you, Michelle. So that's a 3-0-1 vote. And thank you, Dorian, for keeping me honest. All right, now we can go to the approval of meeting minutes. June 10, 2024. Any questions, comments on those?
I make a motion that we approve the minutes from June 10th, 2024.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? All right, roll call vote. Dorian?
Aye.
Michelle?
Aye.
John?
Aye.
And I am I as well. So that is a 4-0 vote. I am going to go to 3A next, which is continuation of the employee performance appraisal certifications and annual salary increases. Vanessa or Mark, is there anything you want to add on those? I know it's a continuation of what we talked about at last meeting.
Yes, the only thing I'll add is the only ones we're still waiting for is a small group from the library and the planning department. They're in the process of completing theirs now.
So are we gonna have to meet again before July 1?
I
or-
have the both department heads understand if the board does not meet, it would just be retroactive at your July meeting, and they're fine with that.
Okay. So is there a motion to approve the performance appraisal certifications and annual salary increases for the employees listed in the packet?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any further discussion?
Second.
I had a second already, John, so I'm doing discussion.
All right. No.
All right. Roll call vote. Dorian?
Aye.
Michelle?
Aye.
John?
Aye.
And I am I as well. So that passes unanimously. Next is I'm going to skip 4A because I know John is planning to leave for that, and I'm going to go to 4B. So we need to approve signatory authority for the any sort of budgetary items, right? So any invoices come in. Barry, my understanding is Barry is the only one that had this in the past. So we have no way of paying our bills right now until we take this vote here. I would recommend we always have two parties. So I certainly think as the chair now, I should be one of those signatories, but would also recommend that as part of our motion, we also have Michelle be a signatory as well in case I am not available to sign. That makes sense?
That makes perfect sense. I make a motion that we approve Jason Malinowski and Michelle Jones-Johnson as our signatories for signing for bill payments from the personnel board.
That works. There's that's seconded by John. Any
Yep.
further discussion? All right, Dorian,
Aye.
Michelle,
Aye. Or abstain, I'm sorry. I need to abstain.
You don't, this is not, you don't have to. I'm
Oh,
planning
aye.
to apply, just so you know.
I'm good. Aye.
John,
Aye.
and I'm I as well. So Vanessa, you'll get the paperwork to Carla on that
Yes.
one?
I will,
Okay.
thank you.
And do
Thank
we
you.
need to sign a form?
There is a form.
Right, so
that
we're
does
gonna have to
require a
each-
signature.
in the past, we've all had to sign that form.
Maybe I'll send it around via
Yeah.
some sort of DocuSign.
Yeah, I'll set it up in DocuSign this morning.
Okay.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, John, we're gonna go on to the recreation topic, so I
Hi,
think
John.
you are good.
What are you doing on the calendar?
We will coordinate via email on that, because I haven't had a chance to think about that, because I didn't really know where we were gonna go today, to be completely honest, so. So we'll coordinate over email and come back with the next date.
How do I leave?
Vanessa can boot you, I think,
Yeah.
if you're okay with that.
Have a good weekend, John.
Think I'm going.
Nope,
Not yet.
Not yet.
Momentarily.
there it is. So,
Okay. And Don Dumont, Vice Chair of the Rec Commission, is also in the audience, Jason.
all right, so I'd like Dawn to participate in this discussion. So why don't you or Mark give us the background of where you think you're at it from a townhouse and select board perspective? Then I'll let Dawn have the opportunity to participate in any way, and then we will take the items up for a vote.
Sure. So I'll get started and see if Mark wants to add anything. So we've been through a lengthy recruitment, as you know, for the recreation director. I'm happy to report that on Tuesday night, Travis Farley was appointed by the select board. So there's a memo in your packet detailing the recruitment process and Mr. Farley's redacted resume. He has extensive experience from the towns of Norwood and Natick. We think he would really be a wonderful fit for the rec department. I'm sure Dawn will chime in on that as well. And today we are requesting to set his salary at step 10. He would be planning to start on July 1st. So Mark in the new SAP only has approval up to step 8. So that's why we're before you today, in addition to requesting 3 weeks vacation for him based on his extensive municipal work experience.
Okay. And my understanding is, because we did hear about this at our last meeting, right? That you all have had discussions with the Recreation Commission. I don't know if that was Jen or Dawn or some combination thereof in the hiring committee, and that's why you're coming back to us with this recommendation.
Correct.
Okay. Dawn, is there anything you would add from the recruitment process or importance to the RecCom on this position and the individual that you're seeking the exception for?
Certainly. So we had during the process, we did get a number of very good candidates. Travis really sort of checked the boxes, it was pretty close. He is the second candidate that we've approached. The first one we lost out on to their department beating us on our offer. So in this particular case, we really would like to lock in Travis. We worked hard here to get to what we think is mutually agreeable. He is taking a reduction in pay from his existing position. And I think part of what we've tried to do here to bridge that is to help him with the vacation, and we'll look to seek to help him with his further education and training as well. He's a very active member in the community as far as recreation professionals are concerned. As you can see on his resume, he participates actively in the Massachusetts program, and we'll look to help further his professional accreditation while he's here. And hopefully we believe here, and he's accepted hopefully a package here that sort of bridges the gap of giving him an opportunity to be a leader, and try to bridge as much as we can for the opportunity he's sort of make up for what he's sort of trading off from his existing position.
Okay, thank you, Dawn. Any questions or comments from the board?
about the resume and the individual, Travis?
Just, and anything, questions or comments that will inform any vote if we put a motion on the table to approve the step 10 request and the 3-week vacation request.
I have a question. I'm not really sure how to address this. We have a new individual coming into town and we're going to be putting him at a step 10 above all of our other department heads and people who have been here for a very long time and have done an outstanding job. So while I do support this, and I'm very excited for the rec department that they have found someone that they really are excited about, I have some concerns, and I think that I would vote in favor of this, and I will vote in favor of this, but this leads me to believe we're going to have to take another look at salaries and steps that we've done for other department heads and make some adjustments, because this is it's a huge difference for the people who've been here for years and years. And I don't want to lose other people because they're upset because we put this gentleman at a step 10. And we've got longstanding employees that are here for step 2. So I hate this step program. I hated the grade thing. I just think it's going to cause a little bit of dissension. I want to make sure that we're going to address this going forward.
Mark, before I saw you raise your hand, sort of, Doreen, whether we call it a step or a pay rate, I think we'd
Right.
probably still be, I think someone can correct me if I'm wrong, we'd probably still be in this position, because when we look at grade 7, I think from everything we've heard in the recruitment, they were going to come in above midpoint, which would have brought it back to the personnel board anyways. So but I hear you on all that. So let me let Mark respond. I certainly want to add stuff, and I'm sure Michelle does too. So go ahead, Mark.
Yeah, I would just wanted to just make the board aware that if Tim Davis had stayed, Tim Davis was going to be a step 9, this year. So this new hire is really, not that far off of that. It's a matter of a couple $1,000s. So I really think that it's, bringing somebody in who is of very similar caliber, quality and experience to the person that unfortunately, we lost, I really think is in this climate of candidates, and Dawn already said it, this was a really deep pool. We don't see these. This was, and I think this was much as Tim Davis being our best recruiter, as it was, the position being attractive to what, Tim has built over the last several years with the department. So, I think that, I think with what we're getting for the experience and everything else and where Tim was, I really don't think that it's much of a leap. If Tim was going to be a 4 and we're bringing somebody in at a 10, then I really think we have a conversation, here, more to what, Dorian is saying.
Michelle, do you have any comments?
Thanks. I guess my only comment, I was reflecting on the fact that it's just every organization is being a little challenged with trying to make sure there's equity in their hiring practices and dealing with a competitive market. And so as much as we would like to keep everything exactly the same, we also have to respond to whatever the market is externally to get the caliber of talent that we need. So I think we just absolutely need to pay attention to what your concerns, which are our concerns about making sure we have equity, making sure we're taking a look at sort of where other department heads are, also recognizing that the external market shifts and sometimes what it takes to get that talent in is a little bit different. So I would certainly agree that we should keep an eye on it, and that we certainly should, if there's an analysis that we need to do and some planning around that. I'm sure Mark and Vanessa will come back with a recommendation if need be on how to approach that. Does that feel or work better, Dorian?
No, that's great. And I'm all in favor of bringing this gentleman in. Met him at the select board meeting. Everything I like everything I see. My concern is not him. I'm in agreement with what Rec and Mark and Vanessa have decided to do. My concern is the employees we have. And I don't want people feeling slighted or kind of left in the the ditch, so to speak. To me, I would like to take another look at some of those, and there's only a few of them. I would like to reopen that and take it and have another discussion on that, so. But I'm in favor, so. I think he's great. I think he's gonna add a lot to the town.
And I will just add, I think all three of us are on the same page. So I had similar concerns to Dorian, but I'm going to try to separate the two, right? Obviously, the rec item is what's on the agenda today. And I would say for any employee that's watching this or watches the replay, I think what I will commit to is that we have an agenda topic for our next meeting around salary reviews and surveys outside of the quadrennial cycle, right? Because we're about 2 years into that now. We all know how that went. We're not going to talk about that today. It's not on the agenda. But I think I just want, before, assuming this, we make a motion, it passes based on the discussion to date. I think it's really important for the employees to know that this isn't just, we're not going to just move on from today. We're going to take care of the issue in front of us related to rec. And then we will take care of the broader issue that I think all three of us are aligned on, which obviously I think John should be able to participate in too. In the next meeting. So I will we'll work offline because I also would be remiss not to acknowledge the fact that Mark does not have the authority as a town administrator it's not necessarily because he's a town administrator, but it's due to our charter and the authority that he has to do what candidate number one did that Dawn mentioned, right? Where they were able to match an offer. So I think we need to look at that holistically in light of all the comments that have already been said. So is there any further discussion you want to have before we put a motion on the table? Does someone want to put a motion on the table to approve the step 10 as well as the 3-week vacation request?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any further discussion?
Nope.
All right, roll call vote. Dorian?
Aye.
Michelle?
Aye.
And I am I as well. Thanks, Don.
Thank you very much, folks. Have a good day.
Hey, Jason, just before Dawn leaves,
Sure.
I don't always get this opportunity. I just wanted to really acknowledge the work that Vanessa and Dawn and Jen Hansen and Sarah Castle did, with this recruitment, going through the resumes, helping, to do the interviews and really sending, me two very excellent candidates, to review. And so I do appreciate the work. It's not easy. But I do appreciate the help. So thank you.
Yeah, we all-
Sounds like a great result for the department. So congratulations.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Dawn?
All right. So I told John we're going to do board calendar another time. So that leaves us with other business and public comment. So is there any other business for today?
No.
Seeing none.
Do we have any in the audience?
I see one person in the audience.
Yes, Sam. No, it's Katie Berry.
Katie, and she's taking minutes.
That's what I was going to say. I didn't want to presume that was why she was here, but
I'm not sure she wants to be part of her own minutes.
okay. So there's no public comment. We're skipping board calendar. So is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Is there a
Second.
second? All right, roll call vote. Dorian?
Aye.
Michelle?
Aye.
And I am I as well. Thanks, everyone. Have a good day and
Very
weekend.
much.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations, Jason and Michelle.